What's happening, YouTube? You are in the building on the Lamont Tyson Life Games channel. I have you guys' favorite power reviewer with me, my wife. Now, last week, some of the women told me to start putting respect on your name, honey. They start telling me, don't just call you my wife, refer to you as Dr. Crystal Tyson, the kidney MD, because they want to have that spec on their name because they know you's a powerful female.
Yeah,
So,
I did work kind of hard for that.
you did work hard. And I'm a brother who loves women with MBAs, mortgages, master's degrees. I rocks with women like that. But this is our review. Power episode 7. And honey, we always start my review by giving them a clip of what happened. And now I'm going to say this, and I want to get your opinion of it when we're done. The clip I'm going to show them, I feel like what this woman done in this episode, her clip alone should be Oscar worthy if they gave them for TV shows.
Okay.
I mean, she really ain't even had to say no word. They could just put her face in this moment, and she could have got an Oscar. Take a look at what I'm talking about. And I don't want to hear nothing about no locks and keys, y'all. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
I'm not sleeping with Tariq St. Patrick. Know why you gave him that weird extra credit assignment? But this card is an admission of guilt. No, I feel for Melissa. I was like her when we met. Young and impressionable. So charmed by your talent.
Wow.
Stamina. Now I can turn this into the administration. You can respect my boundaries. Stay out of my business.
Honey, was that not Oscar worthy in the moment? Did you hear the opticals in her voice? Did you hear the subtle, creepy music in the background? Did you see the emotion in Professor Carrie's face? Not Professor Lock and Key. You guys make me sick with that. But Professor Carrie. Then she switched to have a little bit of crazy emotion and threatened Jabari's plagiarizing ass. Said she'll turn him in for messing with students. Wasn't that not an Oscar worthy if they gave him for TV shows?
Not really. She was all right.
Golly. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and dive on into this review. A lot of big reveals this episode. The show seems to continuously keep getting better and better. How do you feel about that, honey?
I think so. I was just thinking earlier, I don't get as excited to watch this as I did Power, but it's something to do.
Okay. I'm feeling like they're making a turn for the better. And the very, very first clip we're going to talk about was the opening scene where Kane teamed up with GTG, goes and robs a church. And the church guy would have never known who it was, had homeboy not took off his glove like a dummy, and then took the man cross of Jesus. Jesus Christ himself took his cross. And then they robbed the church. They took the money out of the plate you pass around, and then they go and rob my man's vault. Honey, what do you think they're trying to tell us about Kane in that moment? Because remember, there was a shootout at that scene too.
I mean, desperate times call for desperate measures. I'm just surprised that Kane is hurting that dad that fast after splitting with his mother. And then there's no line. I mean, there's no line. He's robbing the church, which a lot of people would stop at that or stop before they get to that point. But
I mean, if you're a criminal,
right?
I mean,
right.
Robbing the church means what?
Right.
It's just a building in your way. Call my man a fake ass TD Jakes, punched him in the face with the gun. But
I mean, in that disguise, him just covering up the lower part of his face.
What he think the church on coronavirus mandates or something? What the hell, Kane?
That's not much. I mean,
come on,
the
man.
guy could have been able to ID him just from the nose up.
See, Crystal, this is what I was telling people. If Kane was to branch off on his own, somebody's got to be the brains. People been trying to tell me he could be the brains. First of all, you go in there like it's a coronavirus robbery, and then you got the dudes in there in your crew that's stupid as hell. Homeboy took off his glove. The guy that he robbed saw GTG on us, and then eventually they turned him in. The police come get him.
Right.
Kane, you ain't ready for the big time, my brother. You ain't ready for the big time.
Go back home to mama.
Yep, go back home to mama. Maybe you cut loose from the daddy because you ain't need to get your butt beat that bad, Maybe a little pop in the face. But he ain't had to leave scars on my man. He got scars on his eye like he Tony the Tiger. Fucked him up. And then we get on to this scene, ladies and gentlemen. We're in the class with Reek, Professor Plagiarism Jabari, and Professor Carrie, No Lock and Keys. Thank you very much. They're going through the finalists for the Conical Studies program, which would get people out of school a year early. All right. This is your girl right here. I'm just going to call her Smart Hood Girl. They're talking about
What's her name?
Monica,
Brokisha,
something to that effect.
Yeah.
They're talking about sex week along with the Conical Studies. Brokisha comes out of her mouth and says, well, if any man gonna get these cookies, he's got to have an MBA or a mortgage. And eventually, she's one of the finalists in the Conjugal Studies program, and Tariq is not. Why they put that in there with her? Because they've shown this girl a whole lot. I know she's an ex-YouTuber.
I guess, are you wondering, are they going to use her character at some point in time?
That's exactly what I'm wondering.
I like her.
She already done told you what the price is for her pussy. Did she not say that? She said it.
Okay.
She said it.
Okay.
She said an MBA or a mortgage or both, and I'm sure she'll cheat with a dude who's got that, because lesser tier dudes, because some women's like this. Look, if I'm going to be with a man, I'd rather be with a man that's got a Maybach and be cheated on than to be with a man who's riding in a Hyundai and we struggling. So what do you think they're going to do with this character?
I don't know, but I like her. I like that she hood and she's smart. So there you go. She didn't want me over.
I don't think it was anything big about this other than this is just meat for the story. Another part of the story, meat for the story, to show that Reek has got another barrier that he's got to overcome, along with all the other stuff he's juggling.
I'm surprised they didn't call. I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised that they didn't call his name. Because granted, he is juggling a lot of stuff,
right?
And so you wouldn't expect him to be in the top, but I didn't know how they were going to play that.
No, I mean, because it adds more drama like I said, it adds more meat to the story if you don't put his name in there. Then the very next thing we saw, ladies and gentlemen, was this machination right here. Braden in bed with Riley, attempting to eat the cookie. She said, "You getting better with that cookie." And then Braden gonna say, "Why they don't teach this in school, honey? Why they don't teach people how to have good sex in school?"
I don't know. I guess they more focused on speaking English and doing math. I'm
talking about in college.
Same thing.
Okay, why they don't teach you about credit in school?
I have no idea.
Yeah, my point exactly. There are fundamental things that everybody needs in life that they should be teaching in school, and teaching this po' boy how to be good at pleasuring somebody should be on the table.
Extracurricular activities.
Okay.
Not on the school.
Okay. Well, from this scene right here, ladies and gentlemen, Reek busts in the room. He's mad as hell. What did he say they look like, honey?
Oh, goodness. He said they look like
chicken cutlets. The fuck? Can y'all really imagine 2 pieces of chicken cutlets in the bed doing it? Just add some mustard on top of it. He was dead on for it. And Riley looked like she was happy. Hell, I thought she was about to say, "I'm in love." Poor Braden.
Oh, she done said it enough.
She has said it. She's been real with it. So then we move on. Here we go with this guy. Jabari sees Professor Carrie talking to Reek when he's going into the room. He busts up in her office, wants to know what the hell is going on. She puts him to work. She puts his butt to work. She says, "Ain't nothing going on. I need you to help me do this." He takes the cards and he helps her. What did you think was really going to happen from that? What, Carrie? Come on now. Did she really think it was going to be something simple with him? That he was going to take her cards
and do what he was supposed to do.
Do what he was supposed to do, and then drop him back off to her. Did she really think that?
Apparently so, because she ain't double check his word.
Now, I got to say this, and don't you start calling her lock and key. Don't you do it. Everybody else on YouTube been picking on me and Carrie's relationship, calling her lock and key, saying everybody gets a turn, talking about she's a doorknob, don't let her stand by closets and stuff. Okay, now you be nice, right? Because we believe people have second chances, right?
If you say so.
God, I can't get no help today. All right, moving right along. We threw it Jabari and Carrie in that scene. So next scene we go to, we've got Diana and Drew and Monet. They ain't seen Kane in 3 days, and they're worried. They've got the shipment coming. They need Kane's muscle. Monet is flipping out somewhat, flipping out to the point where she even calls up Lorenzo to say, what in the hell is going on? What did you say to Kane? What was going through your mind through that scene?
I was just thinking it's only been 3 days and Kane already robbing churches. Like, is he hurting that bad?
Crystal, think about this. The boy is emotionally scarred. Your role models is your mama and daddy. You want to escalate yourself in the business. You want to be the boss, right? But she really wants Drew. The daddy really wants Drew to be the boss. And Monet don't feel like he's ready to cut the mustard.
Right.
Well, this emotional lapse he had, times going and robbing a church.
So he just acting out.
Coupled with last week, he went and kidnapped the white boys. He ain't ready for the big time. He's not ready for the big time. She's making a great calculation. He's not ready.
Right.
He's not ready. And you see her on the phone talking to Lorenzo, just trying to figure out, man, look, what we going to do about this boy, you know?
Yeah, and you know what? That also, it highlights that they need Kane. So she needs Kane. Kane is her muscle.
Is that all he ever going to be good
so
for,
if they
though?
don't have Kane, like the whole organization falls apart. You would think she would have somebody on backup.
She do, herself. She pulled out the gun finally.
That's not good.
Well,
if she's the only backup for their so-called organization, they in trouble.
Well, she got Reek.
Barely. You would think it would be somebody else in the organization to back up Kane. So they have three. They what a 3-person organization. Just her. It's 4 of them. So that's it.
I'm sure as the seasons go on, we'll start learning more about their connection and supply chain. But for the immediate family, all you got is them, the cop dude that protects them, Rico Suave, and you got Lorenzo in jail. What else you need?
So Lorenzo's so bad that he only needs his immediate family to run things. Just 4.
That's it.
That's it. Get rid of one, they just in trouble.
And now you got Reek.
Barely.
As long as Diana do what she's supposed to do, you got Reek. And so then the next scene, we see this little punk ass right here holding up colorful condoms, Stern's boyfriend. How you gonna roll up on Reek at Stansfield? Talking about why you ain't moving no product with the app I helped you set up. And you know, Reek could have chewed him out, but he didn't, because I think Reek knows he's a useful idiot. And ladies and gentlemen, there are several useful idiots in this episode, and we're going to talk about another one at the end of this. But he rolls up on Reek. Why did they interject him? Did they just not want us to forget him? Are they letting us know that at some point in time he's going to be eliminated? What do you think was the point in pulling him in?
I guess showing another layer of pressure for Tariq.
That's
so
a good
you
point.
got somebody else kind of bearing down on him, telling him you need to make this money.
Yep.
You also got Monet saying you need to make money. So I guess that's it. When I first saw him, I'm like, well, he ain't hurting for money. He got Stern's money. So why is he riding up there? I guess other than just to flex his chest or flex his muscles.
And what I said to you was, I don't know anybody who's super wealthy that ain't greedy and want to make more money. You don't get super rich by all of a sudden, oh, this is my cap, I'm done. You keep on wanting to make money, and you want to make it as fast and as quick without taxes in it as possible. What better business than this? Plus, he probably need a side gig because he ain't married to Stearns.
True. Is he married? I think.
He's married to Stearns, but they said something about a prenuptial agreement. Okay. So if he decides, Stearns side, I'm gonna leave you for the next young hot male or female, he SOL. What he gonna do for money? True. So he need this to go, but that chicken gonna come home to roost. It's gonna come home. We're gonna find out what comes first, the chicken or the egg. With them. Watch what I tell you. Then the next scene we see old Cooper Saxe and Davis McClain. They meet because Davis McClain is a little frustrated at the manner in which Cooper Saxe performed his trial that last episode. And in this particular episode, Cooper Saxe is telling McClain, look, Steven out of the DNC, he's riding me, man. I know we got our deal, but I got to pretend like I'm trying to do something. And so Cooper Saxe is starting to get a little get back, y'all. He's starting to get a little get back because he goes out and he finds Paz, one of the 5 people that was headed to Club Truth the night Ghost was shot. What was going through your mind when you saw Paz smiling from her nail salon that she owns, by the way?
Honestly, I didn't know what they were going to do with Paz's character. She's not one of the ones that I would have wanted to see, but hey, she's convenient. She's still around.
Yeah, because in that exchange, they went through a whole lot of care. They went through Tommy's mama. I didn't
Everybody
know.
else they named, you got excited about. They said Tommy. They said Kate Egan. I'm like, yeah, let's see her.
Eliza Marie.
They said Eliza. I got happy.
Who have they mentioned? Your boy, Tate.
I wouldn't mind seeing him either on the stand because he's very entertaining. But then they said Paz, and I'm like, she was riding hard for her sister.
Yeah, but she did good though. She did decent in this episode.
On your top list of people you want to see.
Of course not.
You want to see definitely Kate. That's my girl. I want to see.
We all want to see Kate Egan come back. But in going through people that knew the family and knew the situation, Paz is one. Like I said, she was one of the 5 people headed to Club Truth. So I could easily see them bringing her in. Then next clip we want to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, Diana finds Kane at his low-budget girlfriend's house. She even had the audacity to say that girl couldn't afford nothing she was wearing except for that Capri Sun that you can get from the dollar store. And Kane was there.
Well, she was right?
Pretty much. I mean, every fella need him a low-budget hoe.
Oh,
I mean, look. When you're young and you're single, you got to have some that cost you a pretty penny. Your established, educated women, and then you got to have some where you can go to the dollar store, get them a Capri Sun, and then you get you some.
He ain't just get a Capri Sun. She had a whole outfit, and who knows what else.
For him, that outfit probably is like going to the dollar store. But for me, it's the Capri Sun I would have went and got from the dollar store. But in any event, Diana finds him there, and she tells him that they're about to have a drop. He don't want her to tell the mama. But Diana's like, we need you.
Right.
What did you think was the significance in this scene? I'll tell you what I think.
I think it's showing that basically him and Diana got a good relationship.
Exactly.
Diana is pulling for him. She's rooting for him. She wants him back in the family, and she's showing him how to do it.
Right.
And he even said, I think, is this the scene where he said, "You think just like mine," or "You think just like me?" Yeah. So he got a fan in her. So she's trying to keep the family together.
Right. Just like I said in my trailer review, y'all, Diana and Drew was going to have to save Kane. Diana to the rescue. Wonder Woman, Diana to the rescue. Not only did it show that she rescued him, but for me, it showed the bond between those 3 brothers and sisters, which we knew was there. Right. And they are the divide of bringing Kane back in. And like Diana said, he can't trust you, he can't trust Daddy, but he can trust me.
Now the bond between them 3, I see a strong bond between Diana and Kane and Diana and Drew, but then there's still a question about what's going on between Drew and Kane.
I think they have a strong bond.
But they still keeping secrets from Kane.
They are. And some of that I think has to do with the fact that Lorenzo wants Drew to be the boss, not Kane.
Yeah. So Kane also, we still don't know whether or not Kane knows if Drew is gay or not.
No, he know. He know.
But last episode, they wouldn't tell him that that's the reason why.
They didn't, but he know. I think he know. Then, ladies and gentlemen, we get to the part that I really don't want to talk about. Here we go. I'm tempted to just let my wife go through this part.
Don't talk about it. Don't talk about it.
Take a look at this crap right here, ladies and gentlemen. Lord have mercy. Oh, Eddie Winslow, Bill Bellamy's son, Professor Megram. She letting him split her guts again. Lord Jesus Christ, man. I need people to really feel the pain, the weight of the story. So I have to be graphic. I have to be graphic in my description so they can feel the weight of the story.
You all saw it. We don't need a depiction. We don't need, just go.
And then they got to show him looking all wacky in the bed. Let's talk about this. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, I've discussed with you all about how y'all cougar women go get these young boy cubs and y'all whip us. Crystal, this boy is whipped. He's so whipped, he don't want to go back for sex week at school because when you got experience as an older woman, you done had sex for 600 years. You know stuff that 20-year-olds don't know. And she done put all that on him, all of it. And now he's talking about he can't relate to young women. They just want to baller. And she's like, no, we have to keep appearances. If people knew we was dating, it'd be explosive, yada, yada, yada. What did you want to say about this whole situation?
It's a train wreck. You know, something is about. It's a train. It's not going to end well at all. I don't know. She thinks she's gonna keep this low key. He looked like he ready to go sing to just let the world know about his new love.
He trying to invite her to meet Monet.
Right.
But see, that's what y'all old women do to young bucks.
This is not going to end well. So she is not going to be able to put the cap on the bottle. This is all out. She in trouble. She's in trouble. Sorry.
Wait a minute. So what you're honestly saying is right here in front of the people, Professor Carrie got some good jump.
I ain't say that.
Because she's got, not only does she have this boy whipped in a week, well, I'll say 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. You got Jabari sniffing behind you everywhere you go, getting crazy, acting like a stalker. Mm-hmm. And the way this is going to end, them two, somebody going to die. One of them two is either going to be Jabari or Zeke. Something is going to happen. They're going to cross wires, and one of them two is going to die.
Somebody going to die. Somebody going to lose their job. What's that? So you about to lose your job?
Oh my Lord, here you go. You about to lose your job.
So somebody gonna lose their job, and somebody probably gonna get kicked off the college basketball team. Well, so he gonna lose his future job.
Well, let's say he get kicked off the team. He good enough, that don't make a difference. He still go to the NBA. Mm-hmm. You know, hell, you'll be a hero. They see you screwing this woman.
He won't get kicked off. He just got to claim that he was taken advantage of. And
this right here is no different from Larsa Pippen and Malik Beasley.
I think L.
Is that the baby? That's the baby. Yeah. Okay, she'll be back. L has awakened. Boy, we can't never get through none of these things without the baby waking up. So I'll continue on. Of course, I'm going to have to change my language now because the baby is about to come out. All right. Next scene, we saw Trace get into it with Tariq. So Tariq is just basically telling Trace, step off, you stole my gear, you stole my product. And Trace basically tells Reek that he was in his bedroom, laid out, and Riley was in there. Now, I don't know if y'all caught some of that Trace talking about, I had to clean my sheets, but that came off a bit racist to me, Mr. Trace, as if Black people got fleas. You heard Trace. You heard him talking about some, when y'all got out of my bed, I had to go change my sheets.
I ain't come off racist to me. That just came off as, y'all nasty in my bed. I don't want.
What? It came off to me like Black folks and Asian folks nastier than white folks.
It don't matter.
Hey, baby. Hey, my little baby. Hey, there, you little happy baby. How you doing? Say hello to all the people on YouTube. Say, hey, YouTube. Say, hey. Hey, little baby. You just woke up. Now I can't talk like I want to, but it's all good.
Thank you,
It's all good. All right, moving right along. So we at Carrie's house, and Jabari shows up. Mm-hmm. She was waiting on breakfast. She's sending Bill Bellamy Jr. down there to get a shower, and breakfast shows up. And instead of it being the breakfast she wanted, it's Jabari. I remember what you said when it happened. What did you say?
What did I say?
You said, I know who at the door. It ain't breakfast.
Oh, yeah, of course. Right. Uh-huh.
And when he got to the door, he looking all in the house,
right,
looking at the TV, knowing Professor Carrie don't watch the ESPN channel. Then he's seen all those colorful condoms because grown men don't use colorful condoms. We use magnums. We don't use color-coded condoms and stuff like that. And when he figured that out, he put two and two together and figured out who she was sleeping with.
He thought it was Tariq.
I
mean, granted, she had him snooping on. Apparently, it seemed like she wanted him to see what was up in there.
You think she did?
I don't really think she did, but I think she played it. She ain't played it right. She should have either stepped out into the hallway or just closed the door and say, "Go and get on about your business." She see him looking all up in her house, and I guess she ain't scared, huh?
No, I mean, look.
I thought Bill Bellamy Jr. was about to pop back out the shower and just come to the door and just let him try to mark his territory.
He ain't want that smoke. He ain't want that smoke with Professor Jabari. He don't want that smoke. I mean, I know he's young, but Jabari ain't past his prime.
Well, he don't know who at the door. He just coming to say, "This is my woman."
But now, if he would have came to the door, that would have been an S show, because two professors, the NBA, the future NBA player, and they all know something going on. Ain't nobody keeping no secrets in that situation, are they, baby? Ain't nobody I can't even keep secrets no more, because you tell your mama everything. I go hang out. You tell your mama about all the women that want to come and talk to us every single time. You little sweet thing. You tell everything. I'm gonna have to start putting something over her eyes. Then we move along. Professor Jabari acting like a little old. I can't say the word, so I'm gonna spell it Bitch. In his car, dejected, sad, mad, like he about to throw a tantrum over what he think is Tariq. So mad that he pulls out the little car that he was supposed to have been doing work for and tears it up like a little Bitch. Honey, talk about that scene. Talk about his car. So
I was cracking up. He reminded me of a Friday. Like, he gonna cry when he get in the car. You know that, right? He gonna cry when he get in the car. And then I thought he was gonna pull out a diaper and put it on so he can sit and just watch and see who come up out that apartment.
You thought he was gonna be like the space girl?
I thought he was gonna put on one of Elle's diaper and sit there and wait to see who was coming out, because he wasn't leaving till he figured out who was leaving out.
It sounds like you done dealt with a crazy N-word before. Because they sure enough will sit there bad. That stuff good enough. They'll sit outside that house and wait.
Right.
Man. So he rips up Tariq's car and then he makes up his own. You know we're going to come back to that. All right. Then we move on to Tariq is in the room with Lauren when old mushmouth Malcolm pops up. So Tariq is in there talking to Lauren. They exchange the card about power and all that good stuff, getting credit. Yeah, that's mushmouth Malcolm. He just all of a sudden, ladies and gentlemen, let me take this off. What is wrong with Malcolm? Every time he catch Lauren doing something, he taking pictures like he's an Instagram thought.
He took pictures before?
Yes.
Okay.
He took pictures last episode. He took pictures this episode. What is it? And it's not like when he take these pictures, she's doing anything crazy. She's not naked. She's not, flying her breasts out or nothing. She's just with Reed. And he's taking pictures as if he's going to hang that over her head somehow. Right. I think I know how he's going to try to do that. But what do you think is going on with him? And then she breaks up with his punk butt.
Yeah. She said, he said, I want you to see how you look. I thought it was a weird way to react to. Now, granted, she wasn't just with Reek. Right. She was like straddling him in the bed, trying to get whatever thing out his hand, but still.
But well, I mean, in all honesty, she never was feeling him. He was a pick by the parents. Okay. So what he's planning on doing with them pictures is probably hold it over the head to show the parents, this is what you're paying all this good money for your daughter to go to college. She ain't doing nothing but being a wild child. Yeah. Elle, don't let me see no pictures of you out there like that. Some of them accounts I got for you in my little Robinhood account, Sweet Pea. In all honesty, how do you feel about him just popping up on his girlfriend? You think he's wrong for that? He's right? What do you think about that?
If they were in a decent relationship, she should be happy when he pop up. But he seemed like he lurking. He like what trying to catch her and stuff.
I think he just done this is his third time catching Reek with her. Yeah. So at that point in time, Now,
if they were in a decent relationship, you happy your boyfriend popping up, hey, how you doing?
Right.
You surprised me, thank you.
Because don't let it have been a woman sniffed out one time Reek or somebody popped up, because y'all get like the damn FBI. A full-fledged investigation pop. A woman would have never even came to the room. Y'all would have had something in the room already. That's y'all. When y'all go FBI, poor fella. But believe me, we ain't seen the last of Mushmouth Malcolm. Let's see here. Oh, here we go. This was an homage to me to Ghost, because anytime we've seen Ghost on alert, we see him in a hoodie standing somewhere doing one of them numbers. And this to me was nothing but an homage to Ghost and the character Ghost, which is now Tariq. He's basically lurking, stalking, looking at Riley, because Trace done let him know, and solidified two pieces of information. One, Riley says she was sorry she drugged him last episode. He didn't realize that's what happened. And now he's learning from Trace's brother that Riley was in the room with him. Mm-hmm. So now that made him investigate her, only to find out he get in the courtroom, finds out that Uncle Nancy, Cooper Saxe, is her uncle. Right. Honey. Talk about that hot mess right there.
I mean, about time Tariq at least tried to investigate what was going on. He should have been suspicious about her from the jump.
Should have.
Yeah.
But never was.
Yeah.
And when he figured that out, that made him immediately break down and give a phone call to his boy, Brayden.
Yeah. I'm surprised he didn't tell Brayden everything that was going on. Like, you know, she worked with I guess, was he a DA or whatever he is? She worked with the
Cooper
guy.
Saxe?
Yeah. She worked with the attorney who was trying to bring my family down,
Well, that's because, you know, him and Cooper Saxe and Tariq got some inside business going on, and he's keeping from Brayden really and truly what he's been through with his family and Cooper Saxe. And that's why he didn't tell him. So he comes up with a cockamamie scheme that you know, Riley tried to come on to him, and Brayden flies out the room hot, not believing
I
it.
love her.
Right.
I love her. Why would you lie on her?
And I guess in that situation, I was kind of wondering myself, why not just tell him the truth? You ain't got to lie to him, but the reason they're not telling him the truth has got to deal with Cooper Saxe. Don't want him to know all that business. Maybe he feel like he's trying to protect him, but at some point in time, he's going to find that out. Mm-hmm. And I think that this is going to solidify somebody's going to die, because now that Brayden is going to try to slide away from Riley, mm-hmm. she ain't going to let him go without a fight. You kidding me?
Or I think she's going to come clean because she's so in love that she's going to tell him that she's working with her uncle. She's doing it for her uncle. And I think eventually they're going to flip it to where she's giving him inside tips on what the uncle is up to. Right.
Until Tariq finally want to put the kibosh on that. So we'll see. Next scene, ladies and gentlemen, old Professor Plagiarism Jabari. Lord have mercy. He can't get through his book. So he on chapter 6 and he need more material for his book.
Exactly.
So he calls Tariq to his office thinking that Tariq is the one sleeping with Professor Megram, and he's not. Mm-hmm. And he tells Tariq, look, I can give you some extra credit if you write me a passionate, profound, deep soliloquy on the love and the power so that he can get his book done. But he didn't tell Tariq that part. Mm-hmm. When is this going to come to a head? When do you think this is going to come to a head? Jabari using Tariq.
Right.
And Tariq going to write this paper, and it's going to be a hit. And he's going to have to make a 6th kid, and that's probably going to cause a stink with the college board. Probably we said only 5. You're trying to add a 6.
Yeah, Jabari is just digging himself deeper, and you know eventually it's going to all come out. And mm-hmm. Or is Tariq going to be able to use this in a way to
use Jabari
to blackmail Jabari?
Yeah,
in some way.
He's going to have to use Professor Plagiarism. Oh boy, Professor Plagiarism about to have a world of hurt. He about to have a word. Hey, baby, look at you, cute self. Hey, yeah. Anyway, now Cooper Saxe get him some get back. Now, I was finally happy for Cooper Saxe, Crystal, mm-hmm. because he has been a pure F up the whole entire Power series. Series 1, this one, all of them. He gets some get back because guess what he did? He calls Paz to the stand. Mm-hmm. And not only does he call Paz to the stand, but did you see the look on Tasha St. Patrick Green's face mm-hmm. when Paz was walking down there to go take that stand?
Now, is she supposed to be all like this animated and you got a jury looking at her? Isn't she supposed to be sitting there looking stoic and not showing emotion, and she's making herself look guilty?
I agree. In that scene, she did, because she looked scared as you know what. But you do want to placate the jury, but you want to placate the jury to your advantage. You want to look sad.
She looking shocked and mad.
Yeah.
You got her talking.
Yeah. And as a matter of fact, she shouldn't even be coming in there looking so sexy. She should be coming in there looking like a house mom, right. Hair in a ponytail, some glasses on, no makeup, just looking like you're having an emotional breakdown is how she should be coming in there looking. But anyway, we'll roll with it. So Sax puts Paz on the stand, and this is me having to use that saying again, ladies and gentlemen, useful idiot, because he played Paz on that stand like a French fiddle. If y'all ain't never been to France and heard how they play those fiddles, he played her like a French fiddle. I mean, a snake charmer could have used the way he played her to get a snake out of a jar. He played her into thinking that Tasha St. Patrick Green was a queen pin. And Meth McLean and Tasha was over there hurting for a little while. And then Meth McLean had to let her know, look,
I got this.
I got this. And he got up there, Crystal, and he had it. He put Paz on the defensive, basically had her say, there's no way I could know anything.
Right.
Talk about how Meth McLean is playing the hell out his role.
He's doing a good job.
Mm-hmm.
I've forgotten he's Method Man.
Right.
He's doing a great job.
But you know who ain't doing a good job? Monet. She's one-dimensional.
She been Mary J. Blige's whole.
She hasn't changed for me. But Meth McLean, he playing his role. Then we get on to your boy Kane. Kane gets arrested because they shot at the light-skinned dude at the church. He was able to identify people. Kane gets arrested, and who had to come in and get Kane out of the precinct?
His stepdaddy.
Boy, Kane be ready to fight us if he knew we called that man his stepdad. Rico Suave came to get Kane, and this is when Rico Suave is upset with Kane because he feel like he put the family in jeopardy, which he did, which he did by being stupid. But then Kane comes clean. It's like, look, bro, she moving on with Tariq, and she really don't need you. And Rico Suave basically act like that wasn't a big deal when he got to the house with Monet and the crew. How do you think things are going to end with Rico Suave?
He's going to be faithful to the end, I think.
You think so?
I think he's going to be faithful to the end for Monet, and eventually he's going to get killed for it.
Who going to kill him? Because he's not only in with Monet, he's also in with Lorenzo. And you see, he's loyal to Lorenzo too.
But did Lorenzo know that he messing with Monet?
No, he don't.
So once he find that out, it's over.
Do you think that do you think Kane would tell on him?
Right now, I think Kane is trying to get him to flip so that they can work together somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Will Kane tell Lorenzo? I think Kane is somewhat done with Lorenzo too. I mean, his daddy, he had him beat up.
Yeah.
Unless he's doing it as a way of him being mad at him.
Right.
Like, kind of as a way of throwing it in Lorenzo's face. My mama's sleeping with
Right. That's what I think he would do, just to try to get in Lorenzo's good side. But we'll see. We'll play that one. I'm with you on that though. I think Rico Suave will be loyal to the bitter end, because when he walked in there with Kane, he was basically answering the questions for Kane until Monet's going to be like, what, you his translator?
Right.
Well, if she would have said that to me, I would have shut up. You know what I would have started doing? I would start doing sign language. B.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
Tell me to get out your house. I saved your son. And you're going to talk to me like that? I would have been playing. I would have been doing sign language the whole time.
Oh, goodness.
I would have been doing all kinds of stuff. Get out of here with that, man. Then we get to Braden and Trace. So Braden had no intentions of going asking Trace, was this true with Reek and Riley? Well, Trace is very afraid of the situation Braden could be in with Reek, and he pulls Braden to the side and basically tells Braden, look, what Tariq said is right, and I really hate Reek, but it was right. When is that going to come to a head? Because now Trace done told this Trace is under this assumption. What do you think is going to happen from that scenario? Braden, Reek, Trace, the lie. Put it that way. Braden, Reek, Trace, the lie. That's what we got going on.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I feel like Trace is trying to look out for his brother.
Okay.
Trace is looking out for his best interests.
Uh-huh.
But somebody's going to have to choose. Somebody's going to have to get sacrificed.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's going to have to be Trace.
Yeah. At some point in time, he's going to have to get sacrificed. But we'll see where it goes. Then we get on to Diana. Diana is below the bar where they're supposed to be waiting for the shipment. There's no Kane. Kane didn't show up because he was arrested. And so she calls Reek. Now, Monet's been having an issue with this because she knows full well that Diana liked Reek.
Right.
Okay. And so when Reek gets here, he's just breaking down things with Diana. He's like, look, I really wasn't sleeping with Lauren in the room that day. It was Riley in there. I need to play low key. And he's like, I know you don't think I like you, but I do like you.
Right.
And that leads to Tariq getting 2 kisses in the same episode. He getting some from the light skin, from the dark skin. Tariq is a swirl. He getting down. Now, here's the situation with this. I feel like all they're doing right now is basically highlighting the situation that was going on with Ghost, Angela and Tasha. He's got him an Angela and Tasha situation.
Exactly.
He's got Diana, who's Tasha, and he's got Lauren, who's Angela. That's what they're doing with this situation. And look who he's leaning toward really liking.
Right.
He's leaning toward really liking Diana. And that could be because he's afraid of possibly hurting Lauren. But in this scene, Monet is upstairs with, I'm going to call this DC transport fake gangster. Because, Crystal, if you transporting this much money, this much product, cocaine and pills, how you working with nothing but a damn box cutter? Crystal, this guy attacked Monet with a box cutter.
Maybe he figured that's all.
Crystal, no, Crystal, no. Crystal, no mobster is sending some whippersnapper out there with just a damn box cutter.
Yeah, that's bad writing. Sorry.
A box cutter.
I can't explain that away.
It ain't no explaining. You're not gonna send your Ace Boon Coon to protect that much product with a box cutter.
So does he think that little of Diana? Is that what that means?
Oh, you mean Monet?
I mean of Monet.
No, because Monet told him. Monet explained his credentials. I'm the Monet Tejada. Tejada, baby, Tejada. And I don't know what your boss said, but I'm a Tejada.
Well, apparently he ain't know who she was.
Crystal,
showing up with a box.
Okay, well, let's just give him the benefit of a doubt. You still don't show up nowhere without a gun.
Right.
Period.
That's bad writing. Like I said, you can't defend that one.
And then he lunges at her with the box cutter like a little old bitch. She was able to thwart him.
Smack him down.
Yep. Tariq comes upstairs.
Distracts him.
She turns around and shoots him.
Right.
Because I was wondering about how hard was Monet really. Like, was Monet really a killer? Would she shoot somebody?
Yeah.
So the first shot, I was like, that don't mean nothing. But when she got up and shot him in the head, yeah, she'll kill him. Yeah, she'll kill him. Yeah. And then they got to clean up the bodies. So that Diana and the crew is talking about how we going to clean up this body. And so they let Reek go do it, even though Monet is kind of feeling some way that Diana was downstairs with Reek. And, you know, she's trying to tell this girl, don't get your heart in Reek. But anyway, she's saying you can trust Reek. Reek goes with Drew to take care of the body. And Drew basically is like, Reek, I know you ain't never shot no gun. I'm like, y'all don't know what y'all dealing with.
And Reek letting him ride with that theory.
Yeah, he wants them to think he's wet behind the ears, but he ain't. And then Reek and them, they take care of the body by acting like it was a robbery. Then we get to the scene with Lauren and Reek, when Reek basically pushes Lauren away because she was trying to make out with him when he had on the bloody shirt. Now, instead of lying to the girl, talking about all I know you want is this paper, why not just tell her, you know, it's probably not right for us today? She done kicked away mush face Malcolm for her. That's what she did. That's what she did. Hey, baby. She kicked away mush face Malcolm for her.
And so, I don't think he's not really pushing her away. He's just doing it for convenience right now because he can't have her unzip his jacket.
Right.
And he got blood all on the shirt.
Right. Right. Well, I mean, but you still could have been like, I'm not in the mood. I don't got no Viagra on me to get it up. Let's just talk.
Right.
And the way she's feeling about him, she would have been like, okay, let's talk.
Right.
So I don't know. All right. Then we get to the scene with Professor Carrie and Jabari, the opening scene I did with the little credit, where basically she's like, look, I know this is your handwriting, Professor Plagiarism. If you don't leave me alone, I'm going to turn you in. I'm going to turn this in, and I'm going to tell them you sleeping with your TA.
Right.
The same way you got me. That's all it was.
Yeah, that's when we find out that how she ended up with him.
Right.
Which is messed up.
Messed up. Look like we're going to have to send them away. So then, ladies and gentlemen, we get back to Cooper Saxe and Meth McClain. Meth McClain's grilling Cooper Saxe about why you go so hard in the trial. Cooper Saxe is like, I had to. Steve Ott was in there. And now they're going to go get Epiphany, Crystal. Epiphany. Do Epiphany know that much stuff? She know a little bit. She was selling drugs with Tasha, but Epiphany don't know. Epiphany don't know what happened with the St. Patrick and the Ghost in the Family. She don't know that.
No.
So I don't know what they think they're going to squeeze out of her, other than the fact that Epiphany did sell some drugs for Tariq this season.
Right.
And she was moving drugs for Tasha last season.
Right.
So maybe they're going to try to put the squeeze on her with that. I guess we'll have to see. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we caught Monet calling Lorenzo, just basically grilling him, cussing him out about why are you beating up my boys so bad. Lorenzo comes out his mouth and says, this is a man thing. It's a man's thing. This is the second time we heard that today. We also heard Mushmouth Malcolm tell Lauren, men are talking. And Lauren's like, huh?
Right. Like, you done lost your mind.
Monet ain't say nothing. Monet was just like, okay, but don't beat them up so bad, So, that's another thing you can get with these old school women. They like the patriarchy.
Oh, whatever.
They like the patriarchy of the Bible. The Bible says the man is the head, the woman follows, then the child. That's what the Bible says.
Okay.
The Bible don't say that. It do say that.
Okay.
And that's what you get with these old school women. The cougars. Then we see Braden in the room. He tells Reek he broke up with Riley. Reek, is playing Reek and says, that's cool, brother. Let's chill out and let's watch one of Crystal's favorite shows. What did he say? Let's go. Die Hard.
Yeah, that's my movie.
Die Hard.
Right.
Then, ladies and gentlemen, they end with a conversation between Paz and Tasha. Well, basically, Paz is just wanting to know why was she called to the stand, yada, yada, yada. And she's telling Tasha that, look, you have an opportunity to get away right now before things get a little too wild. You have an opportunity to do what Angela didn't do, which is come clean and tell the courts who really shot Ghost. Crystal, is Tasha going to ever tell the court who really shot?
No. What she don't know is that it's Tariq that did it. So right. Tasha is not ratting out Tariq.
Oh, excuse me. Miguel said it was not Die Hard. It was Lethal Weapon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, well, you know what? We don't even care no more.
Well, I like Lethal Weapon, but Die Hard, I like it.
You did? Danny Glover?
Yeah, I liked it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see. So it was a decent episode. You know what I would like to see? If we're going to have Epiphany in this, and we know Epiphany is a stripper, why don't they just bring in P Valley? Epiphany can be the bridge between P Valley and Power. We can sell drugs at the Pink.
Yeah.
Uncle Clifford get in on this. Boy, we can make some money. I can write the story for y'all. I can write the story. The bridge between the Pink and Power is Epiphany. If they don't put her butt in jail. That's all I got to say. So, ladies and gentlemen, leave all your comments. Let us know what you think about this episode. We are going to try to keep doing these live. It makes things a little easier because you see Little Munchkin gets up and wants to talk to y'all as if this is her YouTube channel.
So if she says we can't continue, we will continue.
Pretty much.
It's up to her.
It's up to you. So, Elle, you going to tell the people goodbye?
She ready.
Okay. Anyway, well, that's going to do it for this video. Don't forget to like the video, comment, subscribe. By the way, the powerful Black women want me to refer to my wife with her credentials, Dr. Crystal Tyson, Kidney MD. I hope y'all powerful Black women that follow this channel are happy. I'm giving her credit. And until that next Sexy as Hell video, we'll see y'all. Elle, go to sleep.